Hey guys, I'm Janine Patrice, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you're not new, then welcome back. I usually make videos on locks and lifestyle, and I'm here to talk about my 20-pound weight loss. So far this summer, I've lost 20 pounds. Well, technically it's been like 19.6 pounds, but we're nearing 20 pounds and I know I'll get there within the next few days. And I'm really excited about it. This is the most that I've lost weight in a consecutive time period in, I don't know, ever. Usually when I go on weight loss journeys, I will lose up to 10 pounds and then go right back to where I was. And yeah, this is gonna be kind of like an intro to my weight loss journey and just sort of sharing this aspect of my life with y'all because it's something I'm really recently excited about, and it's something that I've worked hard for the past 3 months or so. And yeah, I really wanted to share it. I'm super proud of myself, and I am learning to have more confidence and trying to learn more self-love. It's kind of hard for me, honestly. Self-love has just always been something that I've struggled with throughout my life, but I am trying to like implement more of that into my life as I'm trying to get healthier and implement healthy lifestyle changes into my life. So, let me take some water. So yeah, let's start at the beginning. So all of this technically started on May 1st. May 1st, I decided to weigh myself, and it was the first time I had weighed myself in a while, and we had already been in quarantine for nearly 2 months at that point, and I just wasn't feeling happy with my body. I felt like I wasn't as healthy as I should be, and I know that health was just one of my main goals this year, was to lower my cholesterol. I found out I had high cholesterol last summer during my annual physical, and it wasn't super high, but high cholesterol and high blood pressure, it does run in my family, so I just needed to get that in check. And I kind of put it off until the year started, and then I was like, okay, you know, just like everyone else, I was like, I want a New Year's resolution, I want to be more healthy, but I actually waited until May to do that. I didn't really focus on it that much. I wasn't really thinking about it all seriously. And then May 1st hit, I weighed myself and I was 191.6 pounds. And this number is always in my brain because that was just the part. It was the moment where I was just like, this has gotten out of control. Whatever you're trying to do here, Janine, you need to get your act together, because that was the heaviest I've ever weighed in my life. And I didn't feel good. I didn't feel good physically. I didn't feel good mentally, emotionally about that number. And I was just like, I need to change this. So 191.6 was my weight on May 1st, and then a week had passed and I was probably just thinking about that number so much because I was like, that I have to do something different. And I knew that it was probably best that I need to like start counting calories and being real with it, because in the past I've always just been like, I don't want to count calories. I just want to eat everything that's supposed to be good for me, fruits and vegetables and, you know, all that healthy stuff, and not have to worry about how much I'm eating. And I don't want to stress myself out by counting every single calorie or weighing my food. But I just knew that with that mindset, I wasn't going to get anywhere. So you have to make changes that you might be uncomfortable with in order to change your life. So I was like, let me do some calorie counting. Let me weigh my food. You know, let me do all of that. And I actually looked into Noom, which was heavily advertised to me for whatever reason, probably because I look up a lot of weight loss stuff on Pinterest. But Pinterest is mostly where I saw the Noom ads. And I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and look into it. Why not? So I actually did like the little free trial. It can be free, or you can pay like a small amount for whatever you think it's worth. And it gives you 14 days, I believe. Yeah, I believe it was 2 weeks. They give you 2 weeks to start this program. And basically after the 2 weeks, you can decide whether you're like, I'm not gonna do this, or yes, I wanna invest. And then you have to pay like a flat fee for the next couple of months. So I started it on May 11th. On Monday, May 11th was technically my first day using Noom. And the weight that I have recorded for that first day was 190.8. So I had lost a little bit of weight since my 191.6 moment. I almost lost a pound. But I wasn't even trying to lose weight in that time. I wasn't exercising or doing anything different. It just what it is. So when I started Noom, I was 190.8. But I always say the start of my journey was 191.6 because that was the first weight I saw when I started weighing myself. And that was the one that sent me into this journey. So when I started Noom on May 11th, I was 190.8. And from there, I have been using Noom ever since, and it's been a solid, let's see, that was May 11th and it's August 6th today. So it's been almost 3 months that I've been using Noom and I've lost 20 pounds. So the thing with Noom is that it'll place your food into different categories. There's green, yellow, and red. The green foods are basically all of your fruits and vegetables. It can be whole grain. Bread is sometimes included in that. There's various different things, but it's mostly like fruits and vegetables and like things that you know are good for you. And basically you can eat as much as you want in that category. They don't have like a real calorie limit. Yellow are moderate foods. So it's foods like rice and other things that you really should moderate. You can eat them, but you should eat them in moderation. Red is like you should eat these very sparingly. Like they may not be the best for you, or you just may not be able to have too many of them. Now, Noom always emphasizes that like there's no good or bad foods. You just need to realize that you can only have 2 cookies, but you can have a whole bowl of strawberries. And they also are big on caloric density, so they want to make sure that you're eating foods that are full of water so that it keeps you full for longer. And their example that they always use is grapes. You can eat so many grapes and you know it's not too high calorie, but it's also full of water, so to fill you up. But if you eat 2 cookies that are 140 calories, then you know that's not going to fill you up. It's also going to make you hungrier, and it's going to make you want to snack on other things that aren't as great. So yeah, they want to make sure that you know that like it doesn't mean like, oh, green is a good food and red is a bad food. It's more like a green, you can have more of this and not feel guilty, and red, you need to watch out and not have too much of it because we don't want you to go overboard. Which I always have to like keep in mind, like this doesn't mean it's a bad food, it just means I can't have too much of it. So that's the basis of it. Noom provides articles for you to read every day. And I'm actually kind of behind a couple of days on my articles because I just haven't had the time to read them. But they provide you with articles every day that kind of teaches you the deeper inner work when it comes to a weight loss journey. And I would say that a lot of those articles are so helpful, and you can also save them as you go so you can refer back to them later. There's a lot of articles about the psychology. They're very big on the psychology of losing weight and the psychology of eating, and making sure that your mind is basically in the right space for this, and to not think of things in certain ways that can like throw you off your path. A really good example of a philosophy that they would present to you is the all or nothing philosophy. So basically it's the mindset that we all have probably had before, where you're like, oh, I ate a donut this morning, that means I need to I'm a failure, I'm not worth it, I can't do this, and I'm gonna go ahead and eat bad the rest of the day. Noom is like, you need to stop with that, which I completely agree with. They're like, don't be all or nothing about it. You had a donut, it's fine. Track it and try to do better next time. Or, you know, don't call yourself a failure, because you're not. You literally either slipped up, or, you know, it just is what it is. We're all human. We enjoy things every now and then, and it's perfectly fine to enjoy it. So I like how it gets into the psychology of what you're thinking with food, and your relationship with food, and your relationship with weight loss in general. And I feel like it just approached it in such a healthy and refreshing way that that's probably why I have stuck to it for so long. And honestly, after the first 2 weeks of the trial, I was shook, because I don't stick to like diets. I don't want to say it's a diet, it's more of a lifestyle change with Noom, but I don't really stick to like those kind of changes in my life for too long because I don't know, it's hard. And I never really have enough motivation to do it. So I think Noom has been helpful with that, but I also feel like I kind of changed within myself throughout these past 3 months. And I'm realizing that the reason why I was able to stick with this change is because I want better for myself. It's just something that I have the drive now to like want to feel better. I want to look better according to my standards. And there's nothing wrong with having a certain look that you think that you would, you know, be best with. And it doesn't mean that it's unhealthy either, that you want to look a certain way. As long as you get there by healthy means, you know, have whatever goal that you want. So in addition to using Noom, and with Noom, I weigh out everything, I measure out everything, I make sure I know what the serving sizes are, I make sure I measure out the serving sizes, and I make sure I weigh my food to know how much something is, and that's been a game changer. If you don't know how much you're eating, you can't lose the weight. And I mean that so honestly and as nicely as I possibly can, but portion control is everything. At least it's everything to me. Let me just say, this is my personal journey, and these are the things that work for me, and these are the things that I feel like have changed for me. And portion control is a huge component of that. Do y'all know how many Oreos I could probably stuff in my face in the matter of a few minutes? Do y'all know how many donuts I would love to enjoy every Saturday morning? Or do y'all know, you know, like I love to eat. I love to eat a lot. But I couldn't do that anymore. So when I weighed it out, it just made me more conscious of like what I'm putting into my body. How much do I actually need? And I will tell y'all, I haven't felt stuffed in a very long time. I eat to my adequate amount. So yeah, I've just been more conscious of what I'm putting in my body, and not only what, but how much. I feel like the size of your portions matters a lot. And you don't realize how much you could be eating that you don't even need to be eating. You don't need to stuff your face to the point where you literally can't move off the couch. There's like no reason for that. If anything, your food to make you feel more energized and not tired. That's something that's really changed for me. And it's something that I feel like has aided the most in my weight loss, was keeping track of what I eat and actually weighing out my food and making sure I get serving sizes and portion control, portion control, portion control. So in addition to my dietary changes, I have started to implement exercise more. And I will say that in the first month, May 11th until May 31st, I was not exercising at all. And actually, let me tell you guys how much weight I lost within that time period. Okay, so according to my weight graph, okay, June 1st, I was 184.5. And I started this at 190.8. So I started Noom on May 11th at 190.8 pounds. And on June 1st, I was 184.5. So in total, I lost 6.3 pounds within those few short weeks. I believe that was like 3 weeks or so in May, and I did not exercise at all in May. And then in June, I did do a fitness challenge with a YouTuber on here actually. Her name is Calfee, and her channel name I will put up here. On Instagram, she's at @HiCalfee. If you want to check out her Instagram feed and her YouTube videos, she's very real about weight loss and fitness, and I think she's lost a total of 75 pounds. I did her June fitness challenge, which was a HIIT cardio challenge, I believe, and I had never worked out so much like in a week, and I believe there was like about 4 exercises or 4 workouts in a week, and that was all throughout June. And then July I kind of fell off because I didn't have a challenge to really do, but I was kind of like getting into Planet Fitness, their app. I actually have a membership to Planet Fitness, and I have had that since January. But since COVID happened and they closed, I think they opened back up again in June, but I am not attending anybody's gym during this pandemic. Too many people, too many germs, indoors, I'm not doing it. I'm at home and I'm doing my workouts at home, but on the Planet Fitness app, they have like a whole bunch of good home workouts. I was doing some of their intermediate strength training ones, and those were super helpful, especially when I was getting over my plateau. In July, I plateaued at like 174, and I was like, uh-oh. Because 174 was like the lowest I have been throughout probably all of my years after college. I graduated undergrad in 2014, so in the past 6 years I don't think I've been lower than 174. So I was like, ugh. And it was like for a week or two straight where I swear I was around 174, 175, and I was like, I don't know if I can get past this. But the Planet Fitness in-home, or what do they call it? Oh, they call it their home workouts, they call them work-ins, were actually really helpful in getting me over that hump and below 174. And then August came and Calfee has another challenge. So I'm currently doing her Hot Girl Summer August challenge, and so far I've done 3 of the workouts for this first week. And they are very challenging. They make me sweat, they get my heart rate going, and also build a lot of muscle in my legs. And so far I'm enjoying that. So that's kind of like how I'm getting my exercise this month. And after that, I'm not sure if I will do another challenge, but I will probably continue doing those Planet Fitness workouts. And they're a good like 25 to 30 minutes, and I get a lot out of them. So as far as exercise goes, that's what I've been doing. And I do believe that exercise combined with my portion control is where the magic happens. I have been trying to make this a real lifestyle change, so I want this to be like a permanent thing. My goal weight is actually 140 pounds, and the only reason I chose that was because of the BMI. I know a lot of people who swear by it, but I also know a lot of people who are like, it's all crap. I think there's some I don't know how I'm gonna say this. I think there's some truth to like your height and weight ratio being in a healthy range, but I also do need to take into account that BMI doesn't account for like muscle gain, and you know, muscle weighs more than fat, and I don't know. I'm not an expert. I never claimed to be an expert. So if you guys are gonna be in the comments like, oh, that's not true, or yeah, blah, 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 you know, save it. Y'all can do your own research. Y'all have access to the internet if you're watching me, so go ahead and Google BMI and try to do it yourself. But I basically just chose 140 because that is like the number that I can reach where I'm not in the overweight category, I guess, according to the BMI scale. However, I do have a certain look that I want to go for as far as my physique. And if I look that way at 170, 165, 160, in the 150s, I'm not going to be tripping about the number. Honestly, it's mostly about measurements anyway. I haven't taken any measurements at all throughout this journey, and that's probably just a lazy thing on my part. My bad. But I know I have been taking pictures. I need to take more pictures just to like kind of log it more. I'm going based off of pictures mostly. Measurements are a good way. I don't have a problem with weighing. I know some people are like, you shouldn't focus on the number, but I don't mind the scale. And honestly, weight loss journeys are so personal to each individual that's on a weight loss journey that I would never want to suggest something that might make somebody uncomfortable. In other words, Noom, a lot of people down Noom because they are like, well, they make you weigh yourself every day, and I don't think that's healthy, and all this other jazz. But at the same time, literally, I think somewhere in the Noom app, they're like, by no means do you need to weigh yourself every day. We just know that based off of research and facts that people who were weighing themselves every day and conscious of how they eat and how it affects the scale were able to make weight loss happen, as opposed to people who like weighed less often, like once a week, every other week, or once a month or whatever. So I have been weighing myself every day, and honestly, it doesn't mess with my mind as much as it used to. I feel like I used to be like, oh no, like I used to dread the scale. And Noom tries to like take you away from that, and they're like, it's not something that you should dread, but it is something you need to be conscious of with how food relates to your weight and how exercise relates to your weight and how you see it can fluctuate and in the relationship between the two. And I think that is important. So that's why I have been weighing myself every day, but that's not gonna be a trend that continues always. Like once I'm in the maintaining thing, I'm not gonna really pick up the scale as much. And I definitely won't be doing it every day. At some point, it's just gonna be a lifestyle. And my goal is that I don't want this to be on my vision board next year. I make a vision board every year, twice a year, one at the beginning, one in the middle, and see if things change or not. And I don't want health to be on there. Good health, of course I want it, but I don't want it to be a goal of like, I need to lose weight this year, or I need to, you know, I need to eat healthier. I want it to be so a part of my lifestyle that it's a given. It's a given that I am living this way and I don't need to make it a goal. That has been my weight loss journey so far. I've lost 20 pounds. I'm actually thinking about treating myself to like some roses or some plants or some chocolate covered strawberries. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know if you want me to make more videos about my weight loss journey. I'm more than happy to, because it's something that I am excited about. Let me know in the comments below what you'd be interested in seeing as far as weight loss. And thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and also don't forget to like this video. Give it a thumbs up below if you liked it, and I will see you guys in my next upload. Bye. Noom, help. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna have to wait for that. I try not to go over. Oh my God, stop with the chainsaw. Why do you even need to use that right now? Like, what are you building in your house? What are you building? You building another house in your house?